I think it's working. I have actually no idea. I think it's working. I have actually. Oh, I can hear myself.
Yeah, it looks like it's working fine.
Oh, I can. Hey everybody! Oh, we got 14 viewers already. That's pretty good. Welcome to the first live Q&A. Is everything? Does it work for everybody else? Because mine is stuck.
Yeah, if there's anything weird happening, just write out in the chat. Basically, so we know that everything is working as intended.
It seems to work. No. All right, but welcome everybody. So.
Yeah, all right. All good. Right. Good. Perfect. Well, right now we're three people here. It's me, Darwin, kind of the idea man behind it, and then I'm joined by two other boys. You can introduce yourselves as well.
Jonas, you can start.
All right. I'm Jordanius. I haven't been here as long as the other two. Those two are sort of the main guys contributing to the project, but I'm sort of helping out a bit in the Discord, helping out a bit with the community, and just sort of general ideas behind the scenes, really.
Yep. Most of you probably know me. I'm Stefano. I worked since the day one of the project. I've worked most of like the lead development, like the code and a lot of art assets as well. So I know the project probably most like in and out of everybody here. And we got a couple of people in chat as well who has helped out. So we got that Rumor who did most of the terrain work. We got Gino, I hope that's how you say your name, who has done some art assets for us. Who else we got in chat? I'm guessing Sirius Stalinsky is Joshua, so he did a lot of rework on the new dropship model that we're going to show you a bit later on. I think that's it.
Yeah. Anyone who's here in the chat, if you don't have a Twitch account, log into your Twitch account so you can send questions in the chat and we'll go ahead and answer them for you as soon as possible.
Yep.
Basically. So before we get any other, before we get any questions in the chat, we can basically start talking a little bit of shit talk about basically what we do. I just came back from a long trip, but now once I'm back, I'm gonna start kind of taking a bigger role in community management. I'm gonna probably work a lot about balancing, and yeah, just overall game design in that sense.
Yep. So a lot of people like Darwin's been away for quite a while, so I love you who's been with us. Like, who's Darwin? Who's this magical guy we always talk about in Discord and on Twitter and stuff? Like, this is Darwin. So in case anybody was wondering who he was. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been like kind of famous as, you know, the guy that disappeared out of nowhere, but I'm back.
I may not hate you anymore.
That's good. We had to change a lot of things before when I was gone. Like, change to Twitter. If you don't know, we have it linked down below under the stream. You can go follow like on the forums.
I actually don't know if the
Twitter
link is
and the Discord. Yeah, I don't know about Twitter link as well.
The Twitter link might be wrong in the description. So like the Twitter is look at chat, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's probably wrong in the description. I'm gonna change it later. Yeah. So.
Ask us anything.
It's an AMA.
AMA, guys, come on.
This has been really planned out from a very long time, since like yesterday.
AUA maybe.
AUA?
Yeah.
Or ask us anything.
AUA?
Yeah.
Ask us anything, yeah.
Ask me anything.
Yeah, we just came up with a new genre. Deal with it.
I guess AUA is like a genre that's. I just think everybody says AMA, even though it's a.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think I'm that original.
No. Yeah. All right. So, shit. I thought this was later today. No, this is now. Or am I early? We just started. Usually started 4 minutes ago. It's kind of different with the time zones, so we are kind of in doubt of who's gonna be here or not. So, we originally planned for our time zone, so it's in the afternoon for us, but it's gonna be like midday for Americans. It's gonna be in the middle of the night for people from Australia. The whole problem is like a lot of the community around the project is like we got about 4 from Australia, and me and Darwin from Sweden. I'm from Denmark. Then we got Jordonius from the UK, and we got people all over. So hopefully right now is the prime time, and unless we missed it and everybody's asleep or everybody's at work or something like that. Well, I guess people at work. If they're
yeah, I think someone just hit you with a question here. ETA on beta.
Yeah, that's the.
You mean I think I should rephrase that and say ETA on alpha.
So the frequently asked question: when is the alpha release? When can we play this game? Truly, I have no idea. So if you asked me last year, I would say you could play it now. So that definitely didn't happen. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this. We are like around when the show starts, season 6. Hopefully we can get something playable into like the community's hands there. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a full-fledged game at that point, but it's gonna be like, hopefully there we can get people in, moving around, and we can show off some different areas. But I don't think outside of like the development team we're gonna see any gameplay before that, and definitely not beta gameplay.
Yeah, you can also, if you're not already a member on our Discord, go in there and you can always apply to be have a position in our quality assurance, and that might get you to test some stuff before the general public gets to test it. So check that out if you're really eager to try something. That could be something that could be available faster than for everybody else.
Yeah, so as soon as we start getting like all the, as soon as we get some like most of like a single area implemented, and we start getting some gameplay features, so combat and that kind of stuff, we're gonna start testing that and checking the balance of it. So it's not gonna be a game, but we're gonna need game testers to see like, is it realistic, or like what works and what doesn't work. We're gonna test the servers, see how many players we can get in at some point. So that's gonna be fun, see if we can get 100 players or 50 players to just crash the server.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think we're gonna, as a release, it's gonna be out in installments as well. So like, going to be releasing different areas and different factions and stuff over time. So it's not going to be released as a full package sort of thing. We know we're going to have testing and multiplayer testing and stuff as we go.
Yeah, I mean everything's going to need to be tested, and I mean there's no way that we're going to have either the time or anything else for that matter to actually check so that everything is working, and that's exactly what we have game testers for. So people can help us out and see what the issues are and how we can fix them, basically. But yeah, like he said, like a playable alpha or beta. I mean, there is a long road ahead to that, but yeah.
So Paul,
we'll see. We're working on it. You have to remember also that it's we're not sponsored by anyone. This is a free time project that we've been working on for a long time, and
exactly.
Yeah,
so
we have to use our free time for it because people have stuff to do, real life, families and jobs and whatnot. So that's why it's taken a little bit longer than it would normally do.
Yep. So Paul asked what platform it's gonna be on, and at the beginning here we're gonna have it. At the beginning, it's gonna be aimed for the PC computer market. We're not gonna get on consoles or mobile phones. And the same Fnatic asked if you're gonna need a super good PC to play it. In the beginning, for like the alpha test, you might need a higher end PC before we start doing like some extreme optimization. We are aiming for getting as many players, like the game in as many players' hands as possible. So it will be aimed towards lower, like mid-end PCs. You won't be able to play it on like your school, like $100 laptop. You won't be able to play it on that. But we're not aiming for like the 1080, 2080, like higher-end gaming rigs. It's more like in a mid area there.
Yeah, for sure. Bondut, I don't know if that's the right name. Asking, would you say that this is more PvE like the Forest or PvP like Rust? Well, we've been talking about that a lot, and we want to kind of integrate both of them and have it be both PvE and PvP. As we talked about before, when the first idea sparked, our plan was to do a Arma mod, and just do like a mod for Arma 3, and that was the plan was to do like a role play setting. But now after we've settled in making it standalone, we've been thinking about doing 2 game modes, like Wasteland style and role play style. Whereas in the Wasteland style, you can just shoot on sight and be an asshole, while as on the on the RP side of the game, you kind of need to be in your character and not just go around randomly killing everybody, and kind of make up your own story. Whilst on Wasteland style, you don't need a story or anything like that. You can just do whatever you want, basically. So we want to do pretty much both PvE and PvP, and try to balance it, as good as it works, because I know people like different styles of gaming.
It's important to note as well that it's going to be like factions as well. So even if it's PvP sort of thing, you'll still be teaming up with other players and teammates. It's not just
exactly
everyone versus everyone sort of thing. Yeah.
So it's kind of both ways. So it's focused on on role playing, and you play like the clans, and you play a character inside. And if you have you can get events that has a big war. If you have an attack on Mount Weather or something, and you will have PvP there. But as the main role playing, it would be more PvE, especially on like the normal server and not the hardcore Wasteland server. So it'd be more focused on that, and you will see more like So don't just go up and kill somebody. If you see a player, it's gonna be a role play reason to kill him. But if you can have these big wars where pretty much you kill anybody that's not on your team, because it's about winning.
Yeah. You can
BC,
take the one about the underground tunnels. I cannot deal with that.
Yeah, so I'm not even gonna try. But are you going to add the underground tunnel system? So we actually talked about today, and also a little bit last week, having like different ways to get around and some Easter eggs in game. So we're definitely planning to add this, like the subway system you see, or when is it showed? There's a map in the show where you see this subway system that goes from Polis, and it goes to Tandisi and around there, and where you can move around, but you're not gonna tell you where it is, so you have to find it yourself. So it's gonna be a hidden kind of thing. Can I find the map real quick so people can?
Yeah, because like as I think.
Didn't I?
Yeah, sorry, Jordy.
Oh, just saying. I think it might have been Bellamy that had the map.
Yeah, so
maybe.
Yeah.
This one.
I think so.
So you have
exactly that one.
You have all the subway systems and underground ways to get around. So it's not, you're more safe down there than you would be on top, but you might also be less safe. So it's a different way to move around, and you have Tandisi here, and you have Polis, and different areas and ways to move.
Yeah. Also, because like when also a reason why we want stuff to be a little bit hidden is because we want to give an incentive to people for exploring and going off on their own, kind of exploring the map, and that's what we want to do. We want to make a big map. We want to make it huge, and that's why we want people to have a reason to explore. That's why we want to make stuff hidden, and we want you guys to know that we are hiding stuff on purpose, so that you guys can go out, have fun exploring, see the world, and everything that we have gonna create for you guys.
Exactly.
Shout out to Plague as well, who's been in the Discord for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did we get to? Yeah, thanks, Plague.
Yeah, I've seen you for a long time, Plague. Also, it's great that you're still hanging around here.
We got another frequently asked question here. Do you guys ever worry you might get a shutdown notice from the CW or whatever company owns the 100? So yeah, of course, there's the chance that we get shut down at some point. So if CW or Warner Bros. Or if they want to, like, sometime, there's absolutely no doubt at this point. So we're about a year and just over a month in, that they definitely know that we exist. And it's kind of a gray area. So what the game is we talked about. So it's gonna be free to play. So we're not taking profit from this game. We're not. None of us is getting paid for it. So in that sense, it's hopefully not going to be a problem. If they shut us down, and there's really nothing we can do about it. So it's definitely a thing that we've thought about, but hopefully they don't. Hopefully they like the game just as much as we do, like making it. But like only time will tell. If we release it and this next day they shut us down, then sadly there's absolutely nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, that's a problem for that day when that happens. Basically, but I don't see why there would be a problem. I mean, we're just fans who had an idea to let people explore the world that they have created, and that's that's the bottom line and the goal with everything.
Yes.
So I mean, I don't see why they would have a problem with that if we don't start selling the game and start being assholes, basically.
Yeah, there's a lot of I know Arrow and Flash has a fan game going around as well that has been in development for quite longer than we have. I think they're 1.5 or 2 years in. So they've been doing fine so far, so I don't think that anything's gonna happen to it. And as Fnatic says, if it happens, there is a chance that we are allowed to rename everything and like move it away from the 100 IP and then use everything we made to release something anyway. That's just not related in any way to the 100.
Yeah.
But hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully we'll be able to continue what we're doing and release the game for everybody to play.
Yeah, for sure.
FYT also said is the single player and multiplayer.
Oh yeah, that's right, wasn't it? So.
Yeah, at the moment it's just multiplayer.
Yeah, multiplayer exclusively, at least for now, because we haven't even started talking about a story mode single player kind of part. So that would be a future discussion we could have in Discord, and you guys could definitely, if that's something you guys want, then let us know, and that's something we can talk about in the team as well.
But it's definitely
that is
we're gonna see before and way after we get like the multiplayer part of the game out.
Oh yeah, it's in the far future. But if enough people want it and everything goes according to plan, that's of course. I mean, possibilities are endless. So
yeah, so really, like when we have the map and we have this whole world built up, there's absolutely a chance that we could take all the multiplayer parts out and make it a single player experience. But it's not what the plan and focus is right now.
Will Mount Weather have a self-destruct button? Yeah, I don't know about that.
We had a lot of questions about nukes and like, can we throw missiles away?
Yeah.
It's like it could be fun to nuke the whole place, but if we build take a long time. One thing is like in season 6 or end of season. Oh, Darwin, I'm gonna spoil you. I'm gonna spoil you.
Yeah.
Well, in season 6 they go to a new planet and stuff, so they destroyed the old place. I would be really sad if we build up this great world and we build all the places and then we just prime fire it to hell within a month and we can start over somewhere else. So we're definitely not gonna have extreme destruction that can't be rebuilt. We might talk about like smaller destructions, so something that can like take a long time to rebuild, or we wipe out half of like Monbrilla or something, but we're not gonna destroy half the map on purpose.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say yeah, sure. We will have a self-destruct button, but you need to get the code.
You have to guess.
It's like 25-digit code you're gonna need for that shit, and
you have to guess
good luck with
that. Something like a Telltale style game where you choose your own story. Crazy rip Telltale, by the way. Yeah, so I don't know how it's gonna work if we do it, but it would be something we would consider there.
Yeah.
Going back to the sort of self-destruct button type thing, I think it's some, which we don't want to, but in a sort of slightly related note, like we are, talking about it's a multiplayer experience, so you're going to have faction versus faction wars. So there might be some sort of, killing of players or certain events that happen during these wars, but not necessarily gigantic self-destruct buttons that wipe out part of the map, sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Base building, yeah, I like that question.
Then we have the cup
we talked about that today as well, and base building, yeah. Of course. We need to make that happen. Otherwise, it would be insane if we didn't do that.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to look at how restricted it's gonna be, because obviously we can't let people build how much they want exactly anywhere, because that could lead to griefing and people blocking entrances and stuff like that. So we're gonna see how we can do it without kind of ruining gameplay for others. But base building, yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. What about Primefire? So again, my voice. Whoa. So again, we're not gonna destroy half the map with something like a giant wall of fire that's just gonna destroy everything. There is some things that will be really deadly that we are gonna include. So we're gonna have, for example, the toxic gas that Monweather have. So if say half the players are near Monweather, they are gonna die unless they have a tent or some other way to hide. We're gonna have acid rain. So that kind of so we're gonna have some parts of like the dangerous radioactive stuff, but we're not gonna have like one event that's gonna take out every single player that's not in space at that point, or underground or something.
Yeah, I think Stilinski's just a little hellbent on destruction at the moment. But...
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, maybe. It's like it's all about self-destruct buttons and nukes and prime fire. Like
he's going to ask about the drop.
We'll make sure you have plenty of stuff to destroy, just not the whole world, okay? We'll put out a few levers you can pull. Or probably be a lot of fun.
There's gonna be random levers spread around, like pull this lever and nothing happens. Like no, something did happen. It just happened in the other end of the map.
And pull them in the right order, and you get the mutated deer as a riding mount.
Could be fun.
Easter eggs, boys.
We did talk about horses like way back. So.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm the only one here that is just like fighting somebody there.
Yeah.
Oh, this is me.
Yeah. You've done it a couple of times now. Like...
I was just turning my head slightly, looking at my phone, and I think it was banging my microphone. It was just like,
yeah, stop banging so much.
You're gonna have a really big head if that makes that much noise when you just turn it around.
Maybe.
The 100 battle royale could be cool. Yeah, we actually talked about that earlier as well. And for example, like a conclave, everybody knows about the conclave. That is basically battle royale. And then, of course, we could make events and stuff like that, which could be kind of
with a battle royale an error code at the moment.
But like a battle royale game mode. I know it's a big thing, and the battle royale genre is huge right now. But we'll see. Like, it's not something that we've had like on our map for a long time, but it's definitely something that could be a possibility. Should people want it enough?
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. So in the beginning, it's gonna be just a conclave, and it's not gonna be like as you see in Battlegrounds of Fortnite. It's not gonna be 100 players conclave. What about the Ark? Do you plan to have it somewhere in the air, or will you start the game after it gets to the ground? So the game, like when we release it, we're gonna release some areas at a time. That means that we're gonna start out with releasing the dropship, and we're gonna release the 3 core areas like villages and that kind of stuff. It might be Tanti Sea, but I don't know yet. That means that the Ark is not underground yet at that point. So you might be able to see a blink in the sky, but you're not going to be able to walk around on the Ark or on the ring. We're going to have Arkadia in at some point. You've probably seen some screenshots of the work, like the earlier work we have done on it. Right there, actually. Talking about Arkadia, it turns up right behind me. Right there. Oh, there. So, but you're not going to be able to walk up in space, and you're going to be able to go around on it. Just another thing I noticed in Mount Weather entrance says, did I really spell it wrong?
The O is just missing on that.
No, yeah, the O is missing from the mount.
Did I use the old screenshot?
Yeah, you used the old screenshot.
Oh, shit.
Well, it's yeah, the O is there in the final version. We can.
If you watch the
can
trailer,
guarantee
right?
that.
If you watch the trailer, it's there.
Yeah. There. Do we get to name our people like one crew? One would be Joshua. I mean, I guess like we'll have in the select screen you can choose your clan, and then you choose your name, and whatever name you use, it's gonna be whatever clan you're in.
But you won't be able
I
to
don't
make your own
know.
clan.
We cannot really do like Mount Weather. That would be fucking weird. So I don't know. But with the clans like Sky Crew and B Crew, at least at the beginning, only those two will exist, I think. And then it will probably show up beside your name that you chose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a big thing we're keen on is getting players to sort of explore and make their own story. So customization, sort of naming yourself certain things, or going out and creating your own sort of impact or story on what happens in the world is definitely something we encourage. So
yeah,
just to show
there we
that
got
there we got there.
Yeah, Mount Weather and not Munt Weather.
It's right there. I don't know why it's missing on the other screenshot. And
I don't know
realized
either.
it before now, but it's in here. It's in the trailer as well. Will it be free? Yes, it will. It will be free to play. And it's so that's one of the discussions we had when we talked about like can we get shut down earlier. Everybody that's working on it is working on it for free, and we hope and we are planning to release it for free for everybody to play. That does mean though that it's a multiplayer game, so we have to get money for service at some point. But exactly how we're going to do that, it's not going to be by charging for the game, and it's not going to be by letting players buy in-game weapons or in-game items.
Yeah, it's literally we will not be pay to win. I can guarantee that from the get-go. There will be no pay to win at all whatsoever, probably ever. And no fucking loot crates, no pride and accomplishments. Shout out to EA.
No pride and accomplishments.
MBC has asked about Joby Nuts as well.
Yeah, so
there's another one we talked about earlier.
Yeah, so we so Joby Nuts, if somebody can't remember what it is, Joby Nuts is like the food they eat in season 1, where like they get high and start hallucinating things everywhere. So we will have different kind of poison and like food in game. So you will also be able to hunt animals for food and that kind of stuff. And if you accidentally eat Joby Nuts, you will get you won't see
hallucinogenic.
Yeah,
hallucinations.
What they said. But we did talk about earlier about some fun stuff we could do with different kind of food and poison and that kind of stuff.
Everyone loves food.
Yeah,
it's a bit similar to the health system we've got going on as well. Like you've got a very cool effect going on. For example, if you've been shot in the right arm, you might affect your abilities to do certain different things based upon your where you're injured.
We could get a really fun Easter egg in, like you can craft an anti-grounder stick, and it's just a stick that you craft, and it becomes an anti-grounder stick without doing anything to it.
My super immature mind just like got into it. He like a very different mind track when he said like if you get shot in your right arm, you will be limited to your abilities of certain things. Excuse me.
Any in-game speech like hot up or snap kom der tricket og slang. You will be able to use voice chat, so if you feel really fluent in the grounder language, sure you can say that. We haven't really discussed if there would be any like pre-made stuff that's like pre-recorded stuff. We might have NPCs talk tricket og slang, but is that even how it's pronounced? I have no idea. Well, but I don't actually know. What do you guys think?
Could be something interesting in one of the trading posts, for example, with sort of an NPC that is there that speaks in true Gedda slang, and then we see the translation appear.
But nothing is stopping you from doing it yourself. If you want to open a voice chat and talk gibberish, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't get mad if the other person don't understand. Completely different language. But yeah, sure.
It would be really fun if we had like some really hardcore players that just ran around and only talked like to trigger slang to each other. So like we had like videos or something come up on YouTube where it's just a role play where nobody guess what they're saying when they meet players. Could be really fun.
I mean, honestly, if you don't know Trigeta slang, you could just literally talk nonsense and just make stuff up, and then you just say like, yeah, well, you don't know good Trigeta slang. Just get out of my way, bro.
Pretty much nobody would get. Especially if you say it, but if you do it in chat, you would maybe be able to do it.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Get up. I need it. But it could be fun. Or we could do like the emote thing. So like some games have like you can do an emote and you can have some pre-made stuff that you can say, but I don't know.
Yeah, like you can choose to like wave or point or stuff like that. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but at the same time we could have like some pre-recorded stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like a pre-recorded voice that says hello or you know whatever.
Or something,
Yeah. Same with the NPCs as Fano just he said. I don't know if the Reapers can really talk. I forgot.
The Reaper, I don't know.
They just make
Lincoln
sounds, right?
Yeah, but Lincoln can talk, right? He's a Reaper. I have no idea.
Yeah, but they're like they don't talk.
They should be able to.
They don't talk well. Like they're very.
The other problem is with the translation is that it's not really that easily translated between English and Trigeta slang. Example, if you take phonetics, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it, but maybe we will meet, or perhaps we will meet another time. But half of that is just, it's not really translated, it's just how we think about it. So we won't have actual real translations because it doesn't translate that great into English.
Yeah.
But good job on trying to learn a fully made up language.
Yeah, don't they have that in Game of Thrones as well?
Yes, it's the same guy who made the language.
Yeah. I heard that
Game of Thrones, and it's the same guy who made both of them.
Yeah.
Would you like me to make the acid fog sandstorm tents? Sure, mate. You are more than welcome to make some more assets. Already you made like working on the dropship, so I think it's maybe meet again in English. No, so the one fanatics that maybe also not hit each other up another time. They are also can't be translated. So we have Choda hit you up is hit you up, and another time is another time. So we have maybe I will hit you up another time. Kinda, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
But like
it sounds pretty similar.
It's a kind of bad translation of maybe meet again, but it doesn't really work in English or in Trigeta slang.
It's like shut up is be quiet.
Yeah.
There tends to be sort of slang sort of translations.
Talking about languages and nearly turned into Danish just a second ago. I just started blabbering. Did we miss any questions?
I'll take a look up here.
I really like the idea about the grounder stick, anti-grounder stick.
Yeah,
that could be fun.
Yeah, I think there are plans to have certain Easter eggs. Obviously, we don't want to reveal all of them now because ruins the point of Easter eggs. But
we have some fun ideas. That's
things like maybe in trading posts or something that maybe I know. Was it Nyla? Nyla has like one of the 100 bracelets. So little things like that, or something in trading posts that aren't really worth anything, just maybe accessories or little Easter eggs and stuff like that. But definitely, that'd be really cool to include.
Yeah.
Maybe anti-grounder sticks as well.
Armor system. Yeah, like I mean, I'm not sure. I think so. Oh yeah. Well, I am pretty sure that the Mount Weather people, when they go out, they wear body armor. And I mean, obviously, if you have body armor, you will be able to withstand a lot more violence than if you didn't have it. I mean, that's just pretty obvious. But then again, we need to come in and talk about balancing, which we've been talking about earlier today. And then we get to that part, like, okay, so they have body armors, and I mean, Tree Crew sure as hell doesn't have body armor, so that's pretty unfair, right? Well, think about it this way: when yeah, exactly. But when Mount Weather or Mountain Men, when they go out, they need a they need a gas mask, a whole suit. They won't be able to run as fast or see as well because they will have limited vision. But they will have more powerful weapons and more body armor.
Yep.
While, for example, Tree Crew and Sky Crew will be able to have much better vision and run faster, but will have a much harder time getting powerful weapons and body armor, for example. So you need to look at that whole balancing aspect and see, okay, Mount Weather has this, but they have a lot of bad things as well. Like like every faction is gonna have their pluses and minuses. Very important to look at as well.
But at the same time, there's also gonna be like just simply cosmetic things. So Fnatic mentions Jasper's goggles, that like what kind of shirt you wear, what kind of jacket and stuff. So there's gonna be more simple simple things. Also, you're gonna see clans have different kind of clothing. So the clans up in the north, so we have Asceta and stuff, they're gonna have more for more cold weather, for example. You're gonna see when we start introducing more clans that they have different kind of outfits. So in that way you can look how so you can see what's different on them. But it also means that if you pick up an outfit from a different clan, you might be able to like sneak in among them. So there's a lot of fun of gameplay kind of stuff there as well.
Yeah, for sure. And just like another thing with the whole balancing thing, the goal, like the end goal, is to make it so that it doesn't matter what faction you use. It will not be, it will not be in the whole full view. It's not, the plan is not to make one faction more strong than the other, but they will be more strong in different areas and more weak in different areas. So it will all come together, and so that if Mount Weather, if everyone could be outside with unlimited oxygen and take off their gas mask and have good vision and still had body armor and good weapons, then everybody would want to play a Mountain Man, right? That's why we need to make everybody be able to play the faction they want without being limited from bad balancing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it sort of ties into the skill system as well. For example, if you want to be, for example, a Tree Crew but want to use guns eventually, at the start, obviously, you're going to have limited access to them or limited skills with them. But as things go over time, because it's you're not limited and it's customizable. The more you use things and the higher your skill tree gets in certain areas, you can pretty much craft your experience the way you want it to go, really.
Yeah. Skill tree is also an interesting topic, like a talent tree. We can put talent points and get better at skinning animals faster, or cooking better food and more food, or having better aim when you shoot, more steady, or being able to run faster or climb better.
Yeah, exactly. So
you can kind of choose your path.
So that's the thing that in the show we didn't really see before. Really, like, is that season 4 or something, where we see Grounders pick up weapons? Like, if you're playing a Tree Crew character, you might be able, or you can pick up a gun or firearm, but you're gonna not be able to fire this firearm as great as, say, somebody from the Mountain Men or somebody from Sky Crew.
Yeah.
Paul asked online and single player again. So Darwin, we already talked about this, but it's gonna be a multiplayer experience, and we might way when the multiplayer's out, consider making a single player experience.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, at the end of the day, a game like this at launch just basically fits better as a multiplayer game. So
so the whole idea about the game is to expand to what we know of the world of the 100. So it's to get players to really live in this world and be able to make it their own rather than follow like a single line story that's already written. Plus, making a single player experience, we would have to go away from the story as we know it in the show. We can't copy the whole show and make it into a single player game. So in this way, it's more of a branching story, and we can have players make their own decisions. Nobody says the mountain has to get destroyed. Nobody has to say that they're the bad guys. If players figure out that mountain men want to make an alliance with Tree Crew, they're more than welcome to do that.
Yeah.
Small detail, but is there going to be a hanging feature so you can hang
What
with
what kind of hanging? Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, that kind of hanging. I don't know about that because we'll see. Okay, but yeah, that's a big if.
Yeah, I don't really. It's not a priority. It's not on the roadmap at this point. Let's say it like that.
Supernatural Simmer wanted to know about the moving the game to different areas and planets, etc. I think we sort of touched on it earlier, but talking about sort of destructions of worlds, or we don't plan to fully, once we've built this whole world, to destroy it or move it away or things like that. Just I hope that answers the question really.
Yeah, I mean, look at it like now it's two completely different games. But for example, look at different games like PUBG, for example. Like they have different maps, and I mean, if this blows up and we get like a lot of support and everyone loves it to death, then later down the line, another map could of course be a possibility if that's what everybody wants. But as the story progresses now, we're not going to jump into the actual story and follow the storyline. You make the story, but we're going to start with one area of the map, and then we're just going to expand after how many players we have active.
Exactly.
But all the way towards up, the dead zone and all that jazz, basically. But moving to another planet and making a whole new map and all of that. That's far down the line, if you can say that.
But also
and that's putting it the nice way.
Yeah, but I also think you're gonna see us expand a lot more on the world we got right now more than the show has. Before we go to new planets, so we're gonna do like the glowing forest. We're gonna do Shadow Valley. All the other clans that we haven't seen in the show, they're gonna be a higher priority rather than destroying everything and going to a new planet. So
yeah,
hopefully you're gonna work more on expanding the world we built rather than make a whole new one.
Yeah, exactly. Game chat system.
Yeah.
You know about that, Stefano, but the plan is typing and voice, right?
Yeah, so currently what we actually got in-game already. We got voice chat and we got like a normal text chat. So the hope is that everybody is going to use the voice chat system and just keep text chat for like out of roleplay stuff, out of character. Isn't that what it's called? Oh, out of OOC. Well, so both will be there. But the plan is to hopefully have everybody use the voice chat system. Is there going to be radios? What's it? Continue.
No, it's otherwise you can use the roleplay that you're mute.
Yeah.
Speak.
If
you don't have a mic or don't like to talk to people.
But both options will be there. Is there going to be radios or walkie-talkies so you can talk in further distances? There's definitely going to be radios like we've seen used in the show. So there's going to be an option to talk at longer distances. That's going to be for different kind of radios. So if you got like a professional military radio, if you got like a make it yourself raving kind of thing, there's going to be some distance issues, but you're gonna see radios in game that will allow you to talk with people who are far away from where you are.
Yeah. I mean, but look at it this way: it's not gonna be like super duper easy, and you might have to put some talents in the tech tree to make it easier to make and stuff like that. We don't want to like, we want you guys to have fun, but we don't want to put everything out on a silver platter from day one. We want you guys to actually have to work for to obtain stuff, and this is not an EA joke, to actually feel some pride and accomplishment for what you have worked for.
So you're not gonna spawn with a radio and a weapon.
Exactly. It's same with the rover. I mean, there's not going to be 10 rovers and people can just take them. No, it's going to be very very different. I I mean, horses and stuff like this probably gonna be more widely available. But I mean, cars, like, I mean, it's an armored jeep. I mean, that's almost like an end game thing. Almost
most
like
likely won't be like you won't see the minigun on the
no
Rover.
minigun on the Rover.
You more than likely won't see that.
No.
But we might do a truck filled with fuel so we can blow it up. But
yeah, why not? Everybody loves some explosions.
How are the guns so far? Well, they're non-shooting. They can't shoot so far. How many weapons do we have? We have 2 guns at the moment. We got like
which was it? The M16,
and we got an M16.
Yeah.
But it's not something we have been working super hard on yet. So we're gonna, as soon as well, it's gonna be pretty soon actually that we're gonna see more weapons get in. So we just got a spear done for the melee weapons, and we're gonna get some swords and stuff in before we start doing guns. But we do have right now a hunting rifle and the M4. We just can't shoot.
Yeah. Supernatural Simmer 123. When do you see the release of the game? It's gonna be in 2019. Well, like Stefano said before, it's probably around the start of season 6. We're gonna see probably alpha dropping because there's still a lot of work to be done. We're still in early stages, but yeah, I mean, sometime next year, not the end of next year, I think, or maybe, I don't know. It all depends on how much work we get done. As we have said before as well, it's this is not our main job. Wish it was, but it's not. We don't get paid for it.
See if we come with that money.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah,
but a demo or something, not yet.
Yeah. So it also depends, like, if you're talking release, are we talking full release? Are we talking the release of just a dropship and tree crew? Are we just talking like an early test of gameplay mechanics? So something is gonna come before the other. There's gonna be a really long time before you see all the clans in game, before you see all the mechanics in game. So if we're talking 13 clans, we're looking way past 2019. But are we talking just like the delinquents and just Mount Weather and tree crew? We are hopefully not talking way longer than 2019.
Yeah, Fnatic, you can, if you join our Discord, you can apply to be a game tester, and that will probably get you to be able to test some of our features before any alpha release.
Yes. Oh, that's the spear we just talked about, one of the weapons in game. Yeah, so, but I can't really say when we're gonna have a test for the alpha testers or for the gameplay testers yet. But
no,
the biggest chance you're gonna get to play the game early is to be in the Discord and be ready when we ask for people to test the game.
I think that's one of the most like sort of popular or attractive things to people, because there's a lot of interest in the game, but some people, don't have any experience in sort of helping out or game making, but they're so interested in the game, want to test it out. So, but we're gonna need testers when the time comes. So,
will you be able to switch clans? That's a funny question. I guess so.
Yeah, so, I mean, when you die, right? Like
so
when you die, when you get back to the selection screen, you
of
can.
Of course, when you die, you can switch. But there's also this whole thing about like your clan can throw you out. So, we have how do you even pronounce that? Fregdrenes? I don't know. But like you have outcasts. So you see like the one who lives in the desert in the show. So you definitely have a way to get thrown out. I don't know if you're gonna have a way to other clans to like let you join. It's not gonna be a thing where you open a menu and you just switch clans. It's gonna be a longer process of getting kicked out of one and then getting joined by getting invited by another clan. It's not gonna be, oh, bye guys and hello to these guys. Unless you die, of course. Then you go through the whole character creation screen again. You get to pick a clan. You get to spawn somewhere else. So yeah, just get somebody to kill you. That's the easiest way to switch a clan, I guess.
Yeah,
I think it's important to remember as well. Like we've been talking a lot about sort of killing and guns and blowing up things. But a lot of the game is going to be about exploration and actually getting to live and experience the sort of world that the 100 is going to be. And skill trees aren't just going to be about shooting weapons or things like that. It's going to be about survival skills as well, and cooking or sort of crafting, etc.
Yep. In the recruitment channel, you can go in the Discord and run the recruitment channel. Do you want to be a game tester? And I'll add you to a list. I have a list of people who wants to help test the game. Root for Blue, welcome. Oh, you really killed me there, mate.
Sorry.
Hello, Root for Blue.
Is this a similar concept to Rust? No, not really. I haven't played a lot of Rust.
I mean, I would say like it would be it has its similarities, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be very different.
There's some survival similarities, I guess, and like you can gather resources and that kind of stuff.
I mean, look at Project Arcadia like a kind of a Rust DC, something like that.
I guess you would say that.
Except we're gonna try to not be in early access for a million years and not care about our player base like DC does.
Oh, rest in peace, Stacy.
Yeah, seriously, they need to get their shit together. I'm serious.
Yeah, but at the same time, we won't have 300 shirts you can put on. We might have 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I don't know how many they got, but they got like 40 people working on clothing in DC, so they gotta have a lot.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to test? I'm a judge. Oh. Yeah, of course you're allowed to test. Just don't judge me too hard. I can't take bad crit. I will. I can. I can't take.
You can criticize wherever you want as long as it's constructive. Basically.
If something's wrong, just blame it on Stefano there.
Yeah. If you want to test, this is only for PC at the moment. Right now, it's for nothing. You can't test anywhere, but it will be for PC when we start testing.
Yeah.
As I said, like we'd love to get like feedback and critique on the game. We had a Facebook comment, like at the 100 Facebook page last week. It was just like, this game looks like shit. I don't like that. But if you have like, oh, we should probably move this thing over here, or I don't think combat works that great, or we had this thing like most of the development I worked. I put the game so was worked in the game, so it was only third person. Constructive feedback. And then I asked in the Discord, and suddenly everybody wanted first person, and now we got both. Now we got so you can switch between them. So like all feedback is welcome. Just
yeah. If you think something is wrong, then say, okay, I think this shouldn't be here, or I think this should be better, and then say how that can be made better, and what something should change to, and not just, oh, that sucks, because that's not gonna get us anywhere. We really want you guys to give us constructive criticism. Like honestly, we really want that, but keep it constructive, please, so we can actually make it good for you guys.
Will acid fog be a time thing or manually after a certain amount of time after being used? It won't be a time thing, so there won't be like, oh, acid fog start. Well, I don't think it should be a time thing. There will be a cooldown, like a really, really long cooldown for the thing to regenerate. But it won't be so that you can time, like set a watch for when the next time the acid fog is going to activate. So either we are going to activate it, or we're going to, when we start building like a rank system inside the clans, it's going to be somebody higher up inside the Mount Weather ranks that can activate the fog. So everybody can't just go and push a button and everybody in the radius of 5 kilometers is going to die.
Yeah, or we like there's a lot of things you could do with that. Like you could also do, like, for example, everybody of the mountain men like kind of gathers some resource and like turn it in Mount Weather, and like when the meter is full, then the acid fog goes off or something like this. There's a lot of ways we can do it, and we haven't really come up with 100% answer for how we're gonna make it happen, but we're definitely gonna make it happen.
Who made the terrain? It looks really bad. You did. You and I did. So if it looks bad, it's probably the parts that I made. But other than that,
You pull up like no wait, I'll pull it up. I'll send it to you and you can show it on the screen. I wanna see here. We actually in the whole beginning of all this, we
send it.
we were making it as a mod to Arma 3. And I'm gonna find the good old days. I'm gonna find like a picture I can show. Made some kind of mountain man.
What picture are you looking for? Do we have many pictures from Diamond Days? We have.
Yeah. Well, I have this one. I see. You can keep taking questions. I need to pull it up on Yazo.
What kind of program are you using to make it? It's a lot of mixed programs. We're using Unity as a game engine. Most of our artists use Blender 3D for creating art assets. We used a networking backend called Spatial OS for the networking. So it's mostly those, mostly free software is used to make the game. So there's no, if you want to help out or something, there's no locked in. You have to own 3ds Max, or you have to own what engine is paid anymore. You have to own CryEngine or something.
Provinky Dink wants to know if there's any overlying story to the game. There's not. I mean, so the whole point of it is so that you sort of role play and create your own story. And as a massive multiplayer online, it's going to be, other people interacting with each other, teaming up, factions against each other, that sort of thing. So the story is very much influenced by the players rather than sort of over by us.
Did you find that picture, Darwin?
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found it here.
Why don't do that?
Oh yeah.
Just give me 5 minutes to make it. I'm just gonna boot up Armor and make a mod and then take.
No. Here it is. I found it now.
You found it.
Threw it in the team corner. That's like a mountain man.
Did we have a mountain man? But we probably did.
Yeah. I made kind of a
team corner.
Quick design.
I've never seen this picture before.
Really?
Yeah. This one.
Yeah, that was our old Arma days.
But if anybody here has ever done Arma mods before, it wasn't a fun experience.
It's like basically licking a cheese grater.
Yeah.
Making Arma stuff.
We have actually.
Will you be able to climb trees? Yes. Fuck yeah.
We'll be able to climb anything that's climbable.
It's probably going to be more of a sort of trickery based thing there, really.
Yeah. So when you see, for example, at the meet that Clark and Anya had at the bridge, where we had grounders in the tree, stuff like that will be possible at some point. It's definitely on the roadmap to make that work. Here's the Dropship Remake, if nobody has seen that before.
Oh yeah. Looking great so far.
Compared to the old Dropship, it looks fantastic. I like how he added like these top things that you only see in the.
Yeah, and then imagine the parachute kind of hanging over the trees as well.
Oh, that didn't work out very well.
I think it's gonna look pretty great. How will you combat shitty FPS going back to Rust? It's such an issue without high-end gaming rigs. I don't know. That's a question for Stefano. He knows that stuff. I have no idea. Just buy a better computer, I would say, but I think he has a better answer.
Yeah, so it's a hard thing to answer at this point. Right now, the game kind of runs all right. There's a lot of things that we can optimize with the game as it is right now, and also going forward. There's no really way right now to say how bad it is when compared to FPS. We can scale everything down so everything looks really bad, and you will be able to play it then, but it won't look as good as if you play it on a main rig. Tame Joshua is good, yeah. These small glitches, where do we have glitches? Oh, I see. You got inverted normal maps right here. It's been a long time. There we go. Fixed. Yeah, so stuff like that. So it's really hard to say right now. It's especially in the beginning when we hit the alpha testing. It's gonna be for high-end PCs, and then we're just gonna start optimizing the code and optimizing the environment to allow more players to actually play it. But it's more a thing that you do as like later in development rather than do it as you go, because if you optimize now and then you add some gameplay mechanic, you're gonna have to optimize again, and then it kind of starts the loop of wasting time on optimizing stuff that you're gonna delete later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, the new like if you look at the dropshipping game and you look at this is just amazing.
Yeah, it's such great detail as well.
There's something
I think
the
finished product, and like with
so
kind of black suit down on the engines as well as cylinders, I think it's gonna look fucking a great job.
I may not hate you anymore.
By Joshua.
But like alone at this, like if you're looking at this model for lower end PCs, there's a lot of stuff we can do to optimize it, so we don't have to like everything under it. We don't have to show. We can normal map these things, so they don't have to be that high poly. So there's a lot of things you can do under it to optimize stuff. That one as well. But right now it's about getting as much stuff in game as possible, and then after that start figuring out how we can get more hardware to be able to run it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we have other fun things to show here?
If you guys have just bomb us with questions, like no question is a stupid question, so just ask away. We'll answer it as good as we can.
We actually have 18 viewers right now. That's our highest amount of viewers ever at this point.
No, I had 20 before.
Mine says 19.
Oh.
Official? Did you guys get the official IP from CW? No, we did not. This is a non-profit, so we will not sell the game, and we will not do any microtransaction or like if you donate, you get some special weapon in game. Nothing like that. We're never gonna have loot crates, pay to win. None of that bullshit. I hate it with all of my heart. It's gonna be totally free to play. Everything's gonna be free, and everybody is gonna have the same chances of doing what they want to do, basically.
Is it open source for user contributions? So some of the parts are open source, some of it is not. For all art, everything we made of art assets is open source, and everybody's welcome to contribute to that. For the code base, we are wanting more developers to work on the game code, but it won't be open source for everybody to see. So if you come into Discord and you say, I want to help make the game and help coding it, I'm gonna get you set up and with access to a Git and access to the source code and how everything works together. But right now it's not open for everybody to see and edit for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
so no Provinky Dink. I hope I answered your question good. We didn't get the official IP from CW, which means they basically have the right to say fuck off if they want to. But at this point, we've been going on for a year. I think at least someone should, know that we actually exist. But I don't think they see us as a threat to anything. So I think it's pretty cool, as long as we don't charge for anything, which we don't want to do either, because we want all the fans to be able to play their favorite series and have fun without, all these frustrating microtransactions and such.
Exactly. Only keep the button for a cutscene. Also, we're gonna make a trailer where the dropship crashes down. It's gonna be cool.
It intends to provide the players with a sense of pride and yeah, exactly. You can unlock Clark for $200. I'll give you my bank information.
Just put in your credit card numbers, like the 3 on the backside and the expiration date, and we're gonna get you set up with the game right now. Are the core devs doing this part-time? It's not even part-time. So everybody who's working on the game is working on it in their free time. So first of all, we don't get paid for this, and most of us has jobs or school on the side. So rather like it's not gonna be, we're not 500 people sitting and working on this 24 hours a day, looking at Red Dead Redemption. But yeah, so it's everything is when we have time to work on it. If we have an hour here or there, we can work on it. But it's not something where we have people working on this 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm not working on it 5 hours a day.
No. No, exactly.
Not every day, at least.
Not every day.
Not every day.
Oh, there are some days. Today we've been working on it for more than 5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Paul, I hope that everyone has some pride and accomplishments without unlocking different heroes. You are your own hero.
Any gameplay footage I can see, there is no actual footage. Right now the game, because a lot of the stuff we've done is back-end stuff, so there's no actual real gameplay in right now. There's a couple of, like, you can see snippets of stuff that's getting worked on.
We have the trailer as well. If you haven't seen the trailer.
Yeah, so there's the trailer, but there's no real gameplay in there. Is there? Can you
no,
remember?
It's a little bit of horses running in a
trailer
and stuff. So it's, technically it's gameplay, but
oh, why do we have to sign into Unity now? Or we can just skip it. Skip.
Yeah, Root for Blue. Go ahead and watch the teaser.
Why does Unity have to be so frustrating right now? Why don't I have? Do I have 2017.3.1? I do have it installed. Come on. So everything's kind of like a mix match right now. So we're working on getting more gameplay in, so we can show a gameplay trailer. But I can't really tell you a date on when that's gonna happen.
But it will be there. So definitely stay tuned for a gameplay trailer.
Yeah, so there's what can we show here? We have some inventory stuff. So this is a working project where we only have the inventory stuff. Wait, give me a second. This one. See if
Trap Chamber?
That's Roma's game. That Roma.
Ah.
It's a
yeah,
game.
It's the name of Stefano's favorite club.
Also that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that worked great. So we have stuff like the inventory. This is really broken, so if something breaks right now, don't blame me for it. So that will work something like what you see in DC, so it's a more organized thing, but you can see already the backpack duplicates itself right there.
Can you put the rifle in your hands?
No, but right now. I could at some point. But that's not going to be in the backpack, so you put that in your hand.
Yeah.
And you can see like the health system, so everything is parted up into like your limbs, so you can get a leg injury, or you can get an arm injury or head injury. Do you need UI, UX designers? We need designers for everything. I did this. It looks awful. And only kind of works.
It's a good start. It basically looks what what took the DayZ team 5 years to make.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different stuff here that.
And I don't mean to hate, by the way. No hate to people. I'm just frustrated.
You can see this is bugged. It's really bugged. But stuff like this takes time, and it's gonna be more and more in game over time. Is there going to be AI enemies such as grounders you can fight, or is it straight PvP? There will be Reapers in game, and there's of course animals. So there's steers. There's we talked earlier today. We talked about the water eel worm.
The big snake. The big
lamprey thing.
Yeah, you remember episode 1, guys? Yeah, those ones.
And then there's like we talked about having some like animals in the ocean and stuff, so you can't just swim forever as a way of like, so you can go outside the map.
Don't swim to Becca's Island, guys. Take a
That's
boat.
gonna be a really long swim though.
Yeah.
I can help with specific modules and styling HUDs if you need. Yeah, that'd be great. So currently I've done a lot of the UI work. I think who else is gonna work? I think it's Gino's gonna start working on the new main menu. And so we need like a lot of UI for everything. Right now, if I show you the chat, it's just like text in the bottom right corner and you can't even see it because the whole map is right. Can I show it? I don't even know. So this is the networking backend build kind of stuff. I don't even know if it works. It probably doesn't work. That's not what I wanted to do. Are you kidding me with all these sign-ins now? I have to sign into everything today.
Someone wiped their browser history.
Something like that, right? I'm just waiting for me to open something awkward on stream. I did this. Did that open up? It did open up. I'm betting there's an update for it now. Did I stop bullying my name? I'm trying to find a new name for Trap Chambers. Yeah, isn't it a great game? It's just if you're into like the speedrunning Arkadia games, it just came out on itch.io in early demo build. If you want to check it out. Have you got any wristband models? No, like we don't have any 3D models for wristbands. We don't have 3D models for a lot of stuff. You can look up on a Twitter everything that we got of 3D models is in there at the moment, I think. Any recommended PC specs at this point in development? It really depends what you're working on. If you work on the terrain and you want to see everything at the same time, you're gonna need a high, like my computer has a big problem of showing the whole terrain at a time. As a player, you won't see the whole terrain at a time. But if you're just working on like standard gameplay mechanics, you can. I work sometimes from a laptop. Most of the early development happened on my laptop, so that's like a 6-7 year old laptop. But if you're gonna work on terrain stuff, it's gonna need quite a lot more. Oh, the lever thing is broken. We made it like a joke for Twitter, where there's a lever that goes through the menu. We're gonna get a new main menu in soon that Gino is working on.
Oh yeah, the lever menu.
Yeah, but it doesn't work for some reason.
Classic.
It worked earlier today.
Yeah.
And then we have a really early access showing thing of the character creator. Can we put this in maximize and play? There's a lot of issues with it right now, so we have things sticking true that we're working on. And you can put in your username or character name or whatever. And the next part is probably broken. Apparently not.
Oh, we're connecting, guys. Alpha is out.
When you're in Skycruiser, it's like spawn.
Oh, look, there we are. Logged in.
There's no world here. And you got the chat and stuff. You can't see the chat from my face, but it's there. How do I move me? I'm just gonna hide me for a second. So you can see oh, it doesn't show the chat. Stupid buggy game.
Oh yeah, there's the chat.
Fnatic,
There we go.
Fnatic FYT wants to know about the gorilla.
Will we have the gorilla in
Yeah.
game? I don't think so.
I think maybe including the zoo at least it would be a cool idea. Because we're all about sort of including in world design or everything that's in the actual TV show as much as we can, and then some Easter eggs that maybe even are hinted to but not shown.
Can we launch multiple clients here? Is this gonna work? Oh, that worked great. It already crashed.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a difficult
that.
If you think about other difficult enemies to beat and stuff, there are like we talked about the lamprey, but there's boar and panthers in the actual TV series as well. So there's possibility for those, and maybe even like deer. If you're trying to hunt a deer with a knife, they could potentially hurt you as well. So
give you a hoof jab.
Yeah,
your face.
Poop or antler jab, or just
Yeah.
hit you with its second face. So yeah, it's not going to be an easy world to live in.
I hope it's gonna be pretty hard, actually.
Yeah. Plus, the whole idea is that the world is harsh and like.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to make it like impossible. I mean, obviously, but there still has to be some kind of challenge. And I mean, just because you have a machete or a pistol doesn't mean that you're completely safe against AI too.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be a very rough environment to live in. You can get injured and walk bad. You can die of starvation and of dehydration, hypothermia, I guess. I mean, many things that you could actually die from. So that needs to be kept into account as well. Then we got
We got the whole map
some
here.
map stuff. Yeah.
That's
kinda
where sort of.
Don't look at all the broken stuff here like that. Yeah, so somebody earlier talked about, I actually forgot to answer the question way in the beginning, how big the map is. And it's kind of big. I think I can't actually remember now, but there's 12 kilometers between there and there and there and there. So that's
Zoom out to some place where it's like to scale, so you see like the massiveness.
the massiveness.
Like zoom down to like the
so
dam,
we got
or like.
What do we have? We got Arkadia over here. It won't even zoom in. So
and the thing is, it is fucking huge.
Arkadia is about, I don't know, it's really high. So that mountain down here, like this little edge here, is about 100 meters high. And then you got Arkadia there.
Yeah.
And you got the police tower over there. That's, I don't even know.
Head to the bottom of the police tower. I want to see.
Oh, there's nothing. It's nothing even close.
Oh yeah.
It looks really bad. It was like a trailer thing. It's not in game.
Yeah.
It's actually broken up, so you can see the broken pieces here. The dropship is, I don't even. So you got Mount Weather here. There's nothing really there yet, but where's the dropship? It's right. You can see here, so you barely can see it. You got the police tower. You got Arkadia, and right here in the middle. Right here is the dropship. Oh shit, that's not what I want to do.
Zoom in. I wanna take a look. Take a peek. Becca's Island, not yet. That's gonna come in later.
Yeah, so that almost said 144 square kilometers right now, and that's just for the small. It's like right now we only got so we got police there, and that's gonna be some area up here for a skater. But as soon as we start adding a skater out here, it's gonna be way bigger. We're gonna see Shadow Valley. We're gonna see this ocean is gonna disappear, and we're gonna have a glowing forest down here. That zone is gonna be up here somewhere. This way.
Also keep in mind, guys, that the map you're seeing right now is with no trees at all.
We can add trees, but my computer is gonna die.
Yeah, it looks.
It looks kind of odd.
Very empty without trees, but
if the stream dies now, don't blame me for it.
Let's pray, guys.
It might die.
In the dead zone, yeah, it's obviously common as well.
Oh wait, what? Nothing happened. That's not supposed. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Dropship.
If it does die, then maybe meet again.
You can already feel, because it's rendering every single tree on the map. When you play as a player, you won't see everything. You will just see what's around you. So now there's trees.
Ooh, that's a lot of trees.
We got 1.2 million trees or something in game right now.
But that's good. It's supposed to be very dense, because it is very dense in the series. It's very like, take a look now at the dropship area, for example. It's very very different from before. Now you can see it's very.
Try and move there. Yeah, so it's a lot more.
Yes. Now you can like kind of feel like now it kind of looks like it does in the series, right? You can see the very lush forest around, and
yeah, and you have all the plants.
Now you can make yourself a better picture, I think, when you see the trees as well.
And you got grass and stuff.
Yeah.
That looks actually exactly like the bush that that guy hides behind when he surprises Jasper when he's scared to go out to face the grounders.
Yeah.
Literally the exact bush just outside the entrance. Yeah.
Unintentional Easter eggs, guys.
Yeah.
Except like the whole door thing is missing here, and every single fence piece is just the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
It's just the same
The
fence
door
piece,
is
but
coming,
just
yes.
the door. So the whole dropship area is gonna get bigger, like the camp, and that's gonna be more. So all the environment assets is gonna change a little bit, and as soon as we start changing things around, it's gonna start looking better and better. But right now it's just about getting things in game so we can start testing it out and showing you guys in progress. What about the tunnel that they used in season 1? Yeah, so it's not here right now, but there will be at some point a tunnel entrance here, and you're gonna see some more. The terrain here is gonna go down. You can use that tunnel to get out through instead of the main gate. So there's gonna be a few things like that. We're gonna have the Reaper tunnels. I can't even figure out here. They're gonna be over here somewhere. Do we have the bridge here? There we go. So we have the bridge here, and we're gonna have roads and stuff for like when you go around with the rower. This run is a floating road, so don't look at that.
It's the future, guys.
Yeah, so like for example, you won't be able to drive the rover up here. It's gonna be way too steep.
City of Light.
The
Yeah, I
City
don't
of
know.
Light. No.
That would be really cool.
We got trees inside the water here. That's great. Oh shit.
If you actually took one of these chips and or keys as they were called, if you actually took one of these, it would be really cool if you got transported for a brief moment to the City of Light. But then we would need to make a whole damn city. So there's always problems.
Will the bunker be in the game? So we're talking about the bunker under Polis. It will not in the beginning. It might get added for some reason later on. But it's not going to be like a story part where everybody has to get into the bunker like you see in the show because the rest of the world is unlivable. But it might get in there for some reason.
There's also a
check. See, we have the O here. Whoever asked for that earlier. There's an O right there.
Yeah, the O is here.
The weather looks.
There's also Finn's bunker in season 1 as well. That
so the art supply store.
Added.
Yeah, so we talked about adding more of those counters bunkers in. So there's more Easter eggs, so you can like come across this hidden area. That could be, for example, like a bunker, as you see in the season 1 with this art supply store.
Yeah, we do have a lot of room to work with, so there's gonna be plenty of Easter eggs. And yes, it's definitely gonna be a open world game, like completely open world.
Yeah, Joshua, you can send me the wristband model if you want. Yeah, for example, also the buried car that Finn finds. So we have the underground parking lot and that kind of stuff. And somebody asked about earlier, like the whole underground subway system that moves around this area over here. Will that be there? Like, yeah, it will be there. But will you find it? Can you find it? Who knows?
You find the secret entrance.
That's gonna be kind of you. Oh, we have the dam here. Somebody on Facebook told me that like this dam looks really bad, and it took 5 minutes to make. So.
Well, it's the first version, so.
Why is the weather so bad? Also remember, there's no shadows right now because I'm not in play mode. I have shadows, but they're like really bad. Yeah. Bunker 11. Oh, so the bunker where everybody died. Hidden Easter egg. You never find it. I don't know. Like
Unavailable Easter egg.
So hidden.
It's there, but it's not there.
It might be there, but we won't tell you if it's there. And if it's there, you find it yourself. Like somebody's gonna be on Reddit and be like, "Oh, I found this cool thing that nobody knew was there except everybody who worked on terrain knew it was there." So, but yeah, we might add stuff like that. There's quite a few Easter eggs that we have in mind right now that's gonna be there that we're not gonna tell anybody about except for the people who gets to know it because they wanted it in there, and hopefully it will be able to make some experiences when people come across them randomly and be surprised.
Maybe you can find like a cosmetic item or something of worth. Because I mean, scavenge hunting is, really damn cool. So that should definitely be a thing where you can find like a Easter egg and go ahead and find something cool there. Maybe some hint that the cast from the 100 was actually there, or like Clark or Bellamy or whatever. Like maybe find like a Sky Crew jacket or something cool like that.
Another guy asking for nukes.
Everybody asking for nukes. I know you guys like nukes, but there has to be a limit.
Acid fog. Do I have the acid fog in this build? I don't even know. I just called it test. Probably it's toxic fog test. I have no idea if it's working. Don't blame me if this looks like really bad or something. Wait, why doesn't it run? Hello. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Should be able to have it run. Well,
Vinky Dink wants to know if there's going to be map-wide events like Primefire. I think we touched on this earlier. We're not going to have like world-destructive events like Primefire or anything like that.
Great, it wasn't involved, and great. Oh, so this is the early version of the Toxic Fox. Sorry, I cut you off there.
No, it's all right. That's good.
So again, with optimization, there's going to be some optimization here. So of course you won't be able to see the fog behind the mountain because there's absolutely no reason to render it. So right now it's going to be lagging really bad. But it's kind of there.
Go.
And it goes quite far actually. It goes all the way to the dropship and kind of a little bit further than that when it's at full strength.
That is insane. Really damn fast as well.
Yeah, I can slow it down.
Yeah, a little bit. It should be a little bit slowed down maybe, but
people are going to be blowing the horn and then just not having time to do it.
Yeah, like you blow the horn and when you like put the mouth to the horn, it's like you're fucking dead.
I think
you
I crashed it. Can you outrun it? No, you can't.
No.
You can't outrun it.
You can set up a tent and hide in it.
There's the thing, so we're gonna have the horns that you hear the grounders play, so players can have them and warn other players. And we probably will have in the beginning some NPCs that's gonna warn you if you're near like a marketplace or something like that. I crashed Unity. Great. So you will be able to start running or start hiding early on, but you won't be able to if you see it. You see it's close, you won't be able to outrun it. It's not like I guess you can't even outrun the circle in PUBG or something like that. But oh, great! I really actually broke it. Well, hide something hidden in one of the 1 million trees that will take you on this long quest. Then there's just no reward. So another thing we talked about is like when you're gathering materials, will you be able to cut down trees and that kind of stuff? And hopefully you will. I have no idea yet. So you might be able to cut down a tree and see a smiley face in there or something. I have no idea. Is there still going to be a second Dawn bunker though? Yeah, so we will have the actual bunker there. When you will be able to see it, I don't know. Because you have to find the key and that kind of stuff, and it won't be at the same spot as it is in the show because that would be way too easy. But it would be fun to have it there as a place that you can see and walk into.
Yeah, going back to sort of answering Pravinky Dink, map-wide events and things, we're thinking stuff like Acid Rain, or I know Acid Fog isn't map-wide, but
it's nearly map-wide.
Things like things that are, big events and things that are going to happen, but not utterly destructive events like Primefire.
Did we miss any questions?
Grill the Dead's just asked about Becker's Island, which we sort of touched on earlier again. But yeah, it's somewhere down the roadmap. But
yeah, so it's gonna be way down the roadmap. There's a lot of things that we want to get in before Becker's Island because for the first, it's really far away. If you look at I was say if we look at the terrain, I will show you, but Unity still crashed. So, but it's really far away compared to other stuff. So we want to get stuff like Arkadia in, Shadow Valley, Glowing Forest Clan. There's a lot of stuff that has to be done, and it takes a really long time to get these things in. You always see now that there's a lot of work to be done. But it is planned, and we will get it in there. The same with the oil rig for float crew and that kind of stuff. Unity, why do you hate me so much? What have I ever done?
Zelensky said he's sent the model, which I think is of the wristband. I think he was talking about.
I'll check it out.
How long do you plan on streaming? Hey, I have no idea.
Somebody messaged me on Discord saying the stream doesn't work.
Yeah,
it does work, right?
I see that. It does work.
It does work. I hope so. I hope we haven't been talking to nobody for a while.
I had a slight error code earlier, but then I just refreshed and it worked fine.
All right.
So it might just be that sort of thing.
I think it was when I started the trees, I saw that I dropped a lot of frames. It might have been that. Oh wait, Unity is working again, and it instantly stopped working as soon as I showed it. What was I gonna show? Yeah, it's Baker's Island. So zoom out. Yeah, so if you look at the distance, so don't do that. Hide that. So we have Arkadia here. You have Tondici here. Polis is gonna be a little bit out here. Right now it's here, but it's gonna be more over here. And you have Baker's Island, all the way way out here. So it's really far away. And instead of that, you're gonna have Glowing Forest, who's just beneath Arkadia. We're gonna have Shadow Valley. He's a little bit to the west of the mountain. We're gonna have Arkadia that's north of Mount Weather, and we're gonna have the desert that's also north of Polis, or somewhere like that.
Yeah, I think about locations wise, I think
it's
everything is, a lot of stuff is, somewhere quite far down the roadmap because we want to have a functioning game in the first place. But everything location wise will probably be on the roadmap for us to create at some point. If that sort of eases anyone's conscience.
Did we answer how long do we plan on streaming? I don't know. We've been
an
hour and 40 minutes now.
Yeah, we'll as long as we have people who ask questions, we can answer your questions. Basically.
Do I have anything more to show on the map right now that's on this build? I don't even know.
You showed the bridge, didn't you? I think.
Yeah.
That place without trees close to Arkadia, is that supposed to be like the small lake?
No, so this place right here, I did it for the trailer originally, but that's where seen the trailer.
Oh, the field, yeah.
Yeah, so we have a field where we run through. So it's gonna be some places where there's not tree everywhere, also for performance. So right now there's a lot of trees, and there's gonna be a lot of areas where there's close to no trees or more like rocky terrain. Right now here, so you can see we have the car and we have this really broken horse that's just kind of doesn't work always, but you have the rover. As long as you don't go inside it and look at how bad it looks inside, you're good. And the tires, there's not texture on the side.
Got 28-inch rims, guys.
Yeah. But the rover is a really old model. I think this was one of the first things we worked on.
Yeah,
not really because it was necessary, but because it was fun, like to show off and show where we are going.
Yeah.
Fanatic wants to know what we're working on next.
So working on next. Mostly it's about getting like gameplay trailer and gameplay in game. So get a lot of the stuff working. That's combat, moving around, probably climbing, getting clans to work, getting the whole thing about from my login to I set my character, getting the character create up and working, to I join a game server, to kind of move around, can I talk to players, can I pick up items? Do my inventory system work? And like, yeah, can I hit a player? Do they take damage? Can I shoot a gun? What happens if I shoot it across 2 kilometers or something? Does it just disappear because the map is not loaded or stuff like that? So it's about getting this whole from zero to like from nothing to in-game working right now, so we can show that off. I hope that made sense. Some made sense, some kind of sense.
Yeah. I think a lot of the questions have been about sort of very future sort of things and locations, but you know, the main idea is to sort of produce a form of functioning game to start with. You know, that's the priority list number one.
So Fanatic asks, what about locations? What are you gonna model next? So right now we're not gonna add any more locations that we already seen. We're gonna start making them look more both better and start making them look more but we are gonna add more locations. So we're gonna start adding different villages for the tree crews. So in the beginning we're gonna have in the testing we're gonna have the delinquents for the dropship, and we're gonna have some villages for tree crew. So that's next. Right now we don't have a lot of. Do we have anything for tree crew? I can't even remember. We probably do. Somewhere.
Pretty good question, Provinky Dink. How are we plan to distributing the game? We're planning on Steam, right? Aren't we?
Yeah, so it's kind of a hard question because it depends on a lot of stuff. Hopefully we can get it on Steam. If not, we have a website and you'll be able to because all the authentication stuff happens outside Steam. So you will be able to just download the game DRM free from the website and play it through that. You're not even if we get on Steam, you're not necessarily have to have it on Steam for it to work. Because a lot of people are like against the whole DRM thing. So I think it's better if we release, like, we can get it on Steam so people can get it through the normal launcher, but we should probably get it also so people can get it outside. At least that was what I think.
Will the horse balls shrink when it's cold? Well, you know what? Unfortunately, it's not Red Dead Redemption 2.
I don't think so.
That would be pretty cool, though. But before we pay attention to the very, very small details like that, we need to get a playable kind of base first before we start looking at horse balls.
Exactly.
Even though it's a good point.
Created. Wait, what did I just
do? Thumbs up for horse balls, though.
Joshua, the model you sent me with the wristband, that's an empty file. There's nothing in it. It's totally empty. No object selected. You have to send it to me again. As soon as you read that, Noah tweeted about cool weather. Is it gonna be on PC other platforms as well? So yeah, so we talked about this a little bit earlier, or a lot more times earlier, but it's gonna be a PC game and will, for the most part, be released on there. Unless for some reason Sony comes and like, hey, here's $1 million, get it on PlayStation, then of course it will be on PlayStation, but most likely it would only be a PC release.
Wink, wink, if there's anyone from Sony.
Yeah, if anybody from Sony's here.
Yeah.
There was somebody like on Facebook last week that not last week, last month when we released the trailer. The very first comment we got on Facebook. We don't have a Facebook page. It was from the 100 themed Facebook page. It was like, this looks like a PlayStation 1 game. So it would be the best PlayStation 1 game that has ever been released, without a doubt.
Yeah. For sure. And also, you know, now I will have some downtime. I want to go ahead and say that this Q&A is sponsored by exactly nobody, so please help us.
I sponsored it.
Anybody?
Joshua, you linked me an empty file. Like, there's, at least Blender says it's empty. There says no objects imported. So I think it is. At least it doesn't work. Wait, did you delete it, or where did I get it from now? Oh, god damn it. How long would you say until it's ready to play? That's kind of a hard question. We touched a little bit about on it earlier. So it really depends on how you define play. We will have some testing going on, hopefully sooner rather than later. But for an actual playable build, we're probably looking at around the same release time as Season 6 comes out. Hopefully, that's what we're aiming for, that we can release an alpha build at the same time as Episode 1 hits the TV screens. But yeah, I can say that now when we hit there, it's going to be nowhere near ready. So it's kind of a hard thing to say, but in that ballpark. Joshua sent the wristband one more time. Blender, import. Wristband.
If there's any like feature that you guys would like to see, then it would be amazing if you could write that down in either Discord or right now in the chat, and we can have a conversation about it. Because even though we think our imagination is good sometimes, there's always stuff that we're missing, and that we could get some help from you guys.
Yeah, so it's a really big game, and normally if you see like large multiplayer games, you have 100 game designers working on it. So every small idea it's really helpful.
Yeah.
As I talked about earlier, that I started working on features for the movement mechanics, and it's like, oh, it's only going to be third person, and then every player I asked wanted it to be first person as well. So we really want the players and the community to help make the game what it is, rather than just having me or some other developer just, oh, I want this, so I'm going to make this, because hopefully everybody else wants the same. Unless, of course, you want something in that I don't want, because then it's not going to get in. Because, just do things that I like. There could be a feature where it could infiltrate or spy on other clans. We actually talked about this a bit earlier. So with clothing, so you can pick up clothing and you can change your clothes out. So when you spawn, you will have clothing that matches the clan you spawn with. So if you're Asceta, you're gonna have some morphic jackets because it's cold. Or if you're Sky Crew, you're gonna have the Ark logo on your back. But you could definitely, if you find a dead body, if you find clothing laying around, you would take, like, what episode is that where Bellamy takes on the Scatter clothing? To get
I'm not
behind
sure.
enemy lines. It's
Not sure which episode it is, but
maybe
I remember
episode
that.
around 3 or so. Season 2.
It's somewhere in season 3. I don't know.
That's that's when he infiltrates Is that Mecha Station?
No, that's Farm Station.
Farm Station. Yeah.
No, that's not. He does that as well, but that's not what I'm talking about. But normally you can take on clothing that fits another clan, and if nobody notices that you kind of stick out, or that you didn't were part of the group earlier, you would be able to go inside and be a spy and get some information.
Fnatic, thank you so much, and thank you for being involved and asking some really good questions. Hope we'll see you around in Discord and everything.
I can't even remember what this is, but we started working on some grounder villages, try and get.
Oh yeah.
This is lagging really bad. Well, so this is.
I really like those huts.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it in here instead because something is wrong with my stream while I'm doing this. Probably Untitled, best name ever. Oh, there we go. So this is one of the first, grounder huts we got in game. We're gonna doing some different kind of variations in that to make our villages and that kind of stuff. But of course, as we talked about earlier with base building, there will be an option for you to play, like to build your own stuff.
Yep.
Paul
Will
wants
Nightblood
to
be a
know-
thing?
Yeah.
So we talked about this earlier, actually. So Nightblood,
Yeah.
it will most likely be a thing. It really it depends on a lot of stuff, but it will be in game, but it has to be balanced. For example, if you give Nightblood to a mountain man, he suddenly have all the overpowered gear and has all the overpowered things on his side. Plus, he can be outside without a problem. But also we can do smaller stuff, like you can walk in acid rain if you have Nightblood, or at least with way less damage than if you didn't have it. But it will be a very late game thing to get. So we have like every other game, we have early game, mid game, late game kind of stuff. But it will definitely be a thing that we're gonna implement in the game in some way, shape or form. I need to turn these trees off before my computer kills itself.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like Nightblood and Mountain Men being able to get bone marrow, two very good questions. I mean, I think it's vital for game progression in general, and for players to feel like they actually have a goal. And if Mountain Men always are gonna be limited in their vision, like no one wants to walk outside with a gas mask every time they play, right? So, I mean, obviously bone marrow or Nightblood or stuff like this will be available in the future, so people can enjoy their clan without being frustrated, and also for like a sense of progression, so it's not always the same thing, so you can actually work together as a clan to make something happen. For example, Nightblood, bone marrow, or whatever.
Yeah. The Grounder House was here as well. That I didn't have to open it up.
Those new wristbands look really good, by the way, as well.
Yeah, the ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and really quick as well. If you just started working on it when we.
Yeah, very quick. Paul's said he's heading off now. Thanks for asking those good questions, Paul.
Yeah, thank you very much, Paul. Hope I'll see you around.
We still have a lot of people here. Somebody ask a question.
How many do we have?
Mine says 15.
14.
Oh.
Yeah. Ask whatever, guys. Really, whatever. Like, we want to give you answers today. Normally we get a lot of questions in the Discord. That's why we wanted to take the chance and let everybody ask like live, so we can give great answers without needing to sit down and write a long message.
Exactly.
To actually hear what we think. So go ahead and just ask whatever you want.
But if you are more of a reading person, we got 14 progress reports on the forums or something like that. It's a lot of progress reports, at least. So you can check that out as well. Every single month, normally at around the end of the month or the first of the month after, we release a progress report with everything that we made from the first to the first of every single month. We have done this, I have done this for 14 months now, 13 months. Right? There's
Spears actually got me thinking about items like arrows and spears, etc. would they be, if thrown or fired, reclaimable? I'm thinking.
Yeah, so arrows definitely will be reclaimable. So you can, unless it breaks for some reason, but if you find an arrow into a tree, you will be able to go over to that tree and reclaim it again. Same with spears, I think. If you throw a spear and it sits in the ground, I can't see a reason why we wouldn't be able to go over and pick it up.
Yeah, it's a good point as well, because I think another reason of why people wouldn't want to go around shooting willy-nilly is because, for example, ammunition would be
so
hard to come by.
Especially, I don't think with arrows and with spears that's a big problem, but you're gonna have the problem with guns. So if you have a firearm and you fire ammunition, you're not gonna go around and start picking up fired rounds again, because there's no way you can refire already a round you have already fired. I don't know about shell casings, but
sorry about that.
Yeah, so there's another balancing thing about the whole firearms thing, that some start with fire, like has easier, they don't start with them, but they have easier access to firearms than other clans. That's the whole thing about ammunition. You can't fire anything if you don't have any ammunition, and you can't have something on full auto if there's only 4 shots in the chamber. Well, you can have 4 shots in the chamber, but if you only have 5 bullets left.
Yeah, that's where like trading comes into play as well, because for example, if you're going to be going around shooting things, you've got to be earning and finding and getting things as well, because if you run out of ammunition and you've got nothing to show for it, nothing to trade, then it's not really good.
Running out of ammo is never a good thing.
Yeah, and if you're the sort of player that doesn't really want to do much, PvP or attacking each other, but you really want to explore the world, you can go around and find loads of ingredients for crafting, etc., and then you can trade between each other, etc., or trading posts.
Yeah.
To get other things, so you can do and play the game how you want to, but still have access to these sort of things via trading posts, etc.
Yep.
Did you get your chips?
Huh?
Did you get your chips?
Yeah, sour cream and onion.
The best ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gotta stay classic,
All right. Did we get any questions on Twitter or on the Discord? I can't even remember. Did anybody ask any questions prior to the stream?
Well, I know. We had a message.
What about Reddit? Just making sure we get everything covered. Oh, we actually got 20 upvotes on Reddit, but only 1 comment. Thank you, Wonder0486. And nothing on Twitter. At least not on my Twitter.
Yeah, nothing on Discord from what I've just checked.
Well.
Seems everyone's largely questioned out.
Then we have to ask questions.
We'll start asking the viewers stuff and see what they know.
We had. I remember now. Go up. Let's see. Oh.
What?
There's Joshua asking questions in here. You can guess what? Will Mount Weather explode?
No, yeah.
And any missile attack events?
The only question
Everybody just wants to blow everything up.
Yeah. Especially Joshua's like, can I get nukes? No, you can't. But what if it blows up in orbit? You still can't.
A good question he actually asked is, do you think there will be a Hedda or a king chosen? Like an actual player, because that is a big question, and it is also a very dangerous question, because it could go really both ways. Like actually have a player be like in a more commanding role, that is not only in a role play perspective, and like give them more power than other people in game. That I think would lead to a lot of drama, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, so I think at least in the beginning that we're gonna have a header. As soon as Polis comes into play, but it's gonna be one of the developers, so it's more of a making sure everything goes as it's
so we can try it out first and see how it works, and if it's you know, if it's doable, then we can try and let players take on a more central role.
Because a lot of power comes with being header. So it's kind of difficult question to answer in that perspective. So if you figure out that it works when we are header and we think another player can take that role, but it has to be really hard, like a really not hardcore, but a player who really wants to be header and be available, not every day or not every 24 hours a day, but be available to play the game and be part of the community pretty often to have that role.
Yeah, Sirius Stinsky said you can maybe kill a header if you think they're unworthy.
No header, no more.
No header.
Not like vote of no confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No header,
Yeah.
no more.
Well, then we would have to have like a clan leader for every clan, and they would need to come together at a meeting at the same time. Like, this is an online game. We need to look a little bit logical on this as well.
It would be really hard to get every single clan to be. Well, in the beginning it wouldn't, because we just need 2 people, or 3 people.
And then you could do drama combat.
It would be really funny if, like, me or Darwin were header and we got voted out because the vote is no confident. Can you stop turning your head? Can you put your phone in front of you so you don't have...
Oh, is this me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to... Wait, I'm going to, like, detach my head from my shoulders and see if that works.
Oh, that'll work.
It's good that I'm looking over my phone. So,
what kind of weapons are there going to be? So, there's going to be a lot of different weapons, especially when you think about the different clans. So we're going to have some improvised, like weapons you craft. So like rock, rope, a stick, and bam, you got an axe of some kind. Well, not bam, but to more, like we got firearms. So we have a hunting rifle and an M4 in game. They can't shoot, but we have those ready right now. And we're going to have, we have a spear, more melee weapons. So they're going to be swords, knives, both real knives and like improvised. So you see Murphy's knife in season 1, episode 1, for example. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of different both firearms and melee weapons and more. You're going to see like handcrafted grenades if you fill them with gunpowder and that kind of stuff. Or like trip mines could be fun.
That's where sort of the protection of dropship camps get pretty good in comparison to the man weather, if they sort of have trip mines everywhere.
Yeah, well, but man weather just pushes the button and then there's toxic fog everywhere.
True. We'll have to send a Bellamy and just try and disable it.
Yeah, so that's one of the like more fun events that we can do early on, as soon as my weather is in. Like the whole, you have to take out the dam and then open the door, and it could be really fun. Any grounded style weapons such as throwing disc from season 1, there is actually, if you've seen the trailer, it's a really bad throwing disc.
Yeah, that's in the trailer.
Like the whole thing with the trailer, it's a trailer that was made really fast, so it hit YouTube on our anniversary, so October 8th is 1 year anniversary when we've been working on this game for a whole year. Yeah, and we kind of forgot that was coming up. Project, I can't even spell the project's name right now on YouTube. Project Arkadia.
Throwing discs from season 1. Did you address that?
Throwing disc, yeah. So that's what I'm addressing right now.
Okay.
It's right there. Oh,
yeah.
Shit. That's not what I wanted to do. Right there. So it is in game. Kind of. It's in the trailer at least. It's gonna look a lot better than it does right now, but it's there.
It is there.
If you haven't seen the trailer yet, it's worth checking out. It's not the best AAA trailer, but I think it's pretty good. Especially because I made it, but YouTube has kind of done some funny stuff about the we got the arc. Somebody asked about the ring earlier. It's right there. You can't go any closer than this, but it is there. Oh, that was loud. Oh.
What was that?
I put the trailer on. It was really loud.
Oh, right.
Sorry for all the headphone users out there. It's different stuff, like we talked about the open field earlier, so we have the horse and the car. That throwing weapon. Got Arkadia. I'm kind of confused if, yeah, oh, the O is here. Because somebody asked earlier why is there no O there. I actually thought the O was missing from the trailer. But yeah, definitely worth checking that out if you haven't seen it yet.
Looking at that as well, it sort of reminds me of, while Mountain Weather's got quite a few positives of gear, etc., but it's it's going to be tough to get into and explore around as well.
Yeah.
Because the entrances wise, you're not just going to be able to walk up to the front gate and
just walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's also like the whole with sneaking into places when talking about that. Where is it there? So there's different entrances to everything. So that everything has like a hidden entrance. So you can see in episode whatever in season 2, where Clark's jumps out the dam. There's gonna be like tunnels and stuff inside here. So you can move from the Reaper tunnels inside the dam and then into Mount Weather, for example. And that's just one example of a hidden entrance to something.
Yeah. It'd be quite hard to get up there, I can imagine.
Yeah, but like you have so the tunnels are all connected,
suppose.
so you will be able to as soon as if you can find a single entrance to a Reaper tunnel, you will be able to somehow find your way up there in the dark. Or you can just walk up here and then slide down the mountain. Of course, you won't get in.
See you, Geno.
See you,
Yeah, see ya. If you want to make a gameplay trailer, just give me some videos. Well, I would give you some videos if I had any videos with actually good-looking gameplay, which I don't yet. It will be there at some point, but I don't have it yet. Oh, we just got approved 1 minute ago to post the stream on another Discord. Only 2 hours and 7 minutes late. Well, rest in peace.
Check Discord again in case anyone's posted anything there. No.
Yeah, but we're hoping to get a gameplay trailer out at some point.
Just scrolling through the ideas section in Discord now, just to see if there's any ideas.
Oh, yeah, I haven't checked that.
Oh, we haven't ideas. Somebody actually used it. Oh wait, I used the ideas section. I just remember for a really long time it was just empty.
It's like we usually talk in general and off topic, and then like art, basically, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, we think we have to like clean up Discord because we have ideas and opinions and art and stuff, so it's a little bit all over the place.
Yeah.
I can see somebody here got really mad that we didn't get Patreon. There's a lot of can we show that? FUCKTHAT. It's a really original way to make a response here. Second last. Seems like nobody has any more questions. What else have we talked about for the game that might be worth like a frequently asked question for people watching to stream later on? If somebody want to watch a 2 hour and 10 minute long what?
It's like so many.
One thing we could discuss.
Plenty.
We talked about we don't really have an answer for this, but it could be a fun thing to discuss about currency. So we talked about trading shops and this marketplace. Will we have a currency in game? To like, so how do we pay for stuff? Is it you give an item, get an item, or how will we make this work?
Yeah, I think in the actual show they normally do just item for item exchanges, don't they? To be honest.
But how do we put value on it? Like, it works for player trades, but how do we put in value on an item when
True. Yeah.
when we trade it with an NPC?
There's those little sort of silver rings they use in when they play the drinker game in the dropship. You know, they're sort of flicking the coin into the. You could use that, but you know, if you needed a currency.
Yeah, the problem is getting a currency that works for every single clan.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, or it's just like old-fashioned trading, trading items. But that, you know, the problem with that becomes the shops.
Yeah. So
like trading posts and such. You
one
need
thing
to
we
have
could
some
do,
kind of.
we could take the civilization approach, like you put everything you want into one window and everything you want to like pay for it in another window, and then the NPCs just say, "I don't think that's fair," or "That's not enough," or something like that. I mean, so that's one way we could do it.
Because there is no currency in 100. So.
Have you got a list of things I can model and texture? I don't have a list per se. If you want to do clothing, we really need a lot of clothing for the character creator. So that'd be great. If you want to texture the dropship, you're also welcome to do that. Because you already made it, so you can texture it as well. Yeah, pretty much. We need a lot of stuff. A lot of the things that's in game stuff that I made, and it doesn't look the best. It's program art, as people call it. Well, not all of it is. The car looks alright, if you ask me. And the dam, if you look at it at a distance, like about here, it looks alright. Everything looks good when you see it far away. The same with Arkadia. Arkadia also needs pretty much also just to get stuff in game, so it needs a lot of work. It's pretty much just the same thing copy pasted 85 times. And there's no so you can walk inside it right now. There's nothing in here.
I think that the plan was to not be able to sort of have access to the entire ring. Was it?
Yeah, so you will be able to access the lower tires, so like the whole mess hall, the planning room, that kind of stuff. You will be able to access, but you can't get inside. Like, for example, in the show, they have like an underground server room, and you won't be able to climb this tower thing and sit up here and snipe people. If you want to do that, you won't be able to. At least I don't think you should. And we also need walls for this, but that's pretty much just wire. So that's cylinders. I'm making the tents now. All right. So do we have? I think we have some tents in game, but like really small tents. So we need some different ones. So we need like small tents for when we have the acid, the toxic fog, and we need larger like living tents for the dropship and also for Arkadia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's the M4. Oh, don't do
that. Oh yeah.
Bless you.
Oh, there's a guy here with a hat and a beard.
Looks like Miller with slightly lighter hair.
They all look kind of the same, all the characters. Also, his hands go through the gloves, so that's great. I have to make like a shader of some sort that it doesn't render the hands outside, but I don't know.
Maybe they're just really, really tatty, torn up gloves.
Yeah, shaders are magic. Who knows how shaders work? Yeah. What more is there?
Not too much that we haven't really touched on, to be honest.
No. How's the health system
Health.
going to work? Here. Read this one. So for getting damage and like if somebody shoots you and stuff, everything is parted up. So if you get shot in the leg, you're gonna lose like movement speed, and you will have to so bandage that leg. It's not like, oh, you have 100 health points and you get shot, now you have 80 health points, and you get shot, now you have 60. So there's stuff like bleeding, you have kind of broken bones, and everything is like departments. So you want, like, if you get shot in the knee, it won't show that you got shot exactly in the knee, but it will be for like a para body limb kind of thing. Also, we gotta have things like sickness. You can get sick, somebody can poison you. There will be some survival things, but it's not gonna be like I don't think it's gonna be a huge thing. So you have to eat and you have to drink, like you have in most survival games. So you can't just go 8 days without drinking, for example. But you will be able to get water from other places. So you will be able to get water from like like collectors at your base. So if you're at the dropship, there will be like a water collector, or from lakes or rivers, that kind of stuff. Eating, you will have to hunt animals. So you will have to hunt. That's the two-headed deer and that kind of stuff that you have to kill and get meat from that, and then you have to cook that meat and eat it. Or you can eat joby nuts, but it's gonna be a kind of different experience.
Yeah, that would be, not always a good thing to do.
I can eat poison sumac or something like that.
The opposite effect.
As long as you only eat the leaves, it's good.
Yeah, there will be like
be
sort of
careful.
findable items and herbs and craftable items that will help with sort of bleeding or bone damage and like sickness and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
So it's not just going to be sort of food you find as well. It's going to be like potions and crafting systems.
Yeah, like a whole variety of stuff, but like the baseline still being, hunting and picking fruit and whatever.
So there will be like gathering like that. There will at some point we're probably gonna do farming, so you can have like fruit and stuff at the base. So if you have like a base building or something, you can make food like long term, so you don't have to think about hunting all the time. But it's also like more of a late game thing.
That sort of thing, I suppose.
I have to take a call real quick, guys. I'll be back.
Okay.
Who gets a call at like 10 p.m.?
I was thinking in terms of actually food systems, like thirst and hunger, might be a bit different from Mount Weather, because they tend to have chocolate cake and all this fancy stuff.
So that's kind of another thing from Mount Weather, that they will have more food
going
available.
for them.
But they also at the same time they have to go hunt, and it's really harder for Mount Weather to hunt stuff. I think we were gonna have this. So we have like a global pool of stuff for your clan. So if you're in Mount Weather, people can go out and hunt for food, and they're gonna give it to the clan, and then the clan has like a somewhere where they keep all the food, and then it will be distributed to different players. Some kind of systems like that. So you have different kind of roles. So we have gatherers and we have guards and scouts and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that works.
Are the guns going to be hit scan or projectile based? That's a good question. There's like a lot of the problems we have with guns right now is everything is networked, and the way we network stuff is that it's what's called server meshing. So we have multiple servers running the same game world, and if you shoot a projectile outside one server into another server, how will it, like the physics work? Yeah, so hopefully projectile based, but I don't. It's kind of hard to say now. What about red?
He's on about the drug, I think, that the Reapers love. Maybe, yeah, that's what he's on about.
What's red? The Reaper, like the
it could be the sort of drug for the Reapers.
Oh, what about it? I don't know. What we could like, that's just another thing with the Reapers, like the whole tone generator thing. It's also could also be like a late game thing, so you make a turn generator, so you don't have to think about Reapers all the time.
Yeah, that's a good
that's
point.
a fun. I haven't really thought about that, but that's a fun thing to add. You're gonna hate your ears though while you use it because it's even in the show it sounds really bad. But yeah, like so stuff like arrows and stuff are gonna be physically based. So hopefully we can do the same with guns. It really depends on a lot of factors and what works and what doesn't work. It's not gonna be like when you just if somebody's 800 meters away and you sit with a sniper rifle and you shoot him and you're on his and you're zeroed for like 100 meters and you hit him anyway. It's not gonna work like that. So there will be some kind of like projectile calculations that make sure that you have to actually aim, and it's gonna be hard to actually use a firearm. It's not gonna be a point and shoot game where everything you point at is just gonna die instantly.
In terms of like death as well, you know, we're saying about sort of picking up your loot and things like that. You know, you might tend to die quite far away from your sort of base or respawn point. So if you want to try and reclaim your loot, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
So I think people are going to be going into the game thinking it's going to be a lot more PvP than it is, and find out that actually it's it's pretty difficult to stay alive, and if you die, it's not good.
Yeah, but like the thing where if you die, it's the permadeath, so you have to go through the character creator, you have to pick a clan again, you have to get spawned in. It's like if anybody has played AC or something and you played for 8 hours, you got all the gear, and then you die and you spawn at the opposite end of the map, and before you get back, somebody has already taken all your loot. Because the guy who kills you probably killed you because he wanted your stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So grounders can be kidnapped and either drained or drugged. I think that's supposed to say drugged.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't really... That is a question on how that's going to work, because of course we can have a player locked inside Mount Weather for 2 weeks because he got kidnapped. Yeah, so that's actually a really good question. How does the whole Mount Weather blood transfusion thing work? If you get kidnapped, does that count as a death, and Mount Weather gets like an NPC AI controlled, and you just have to respawn, or can you get out of Mount Weather after you get kidnapped, or how is that going to work?
Well, normally when they get sort of drained for their blood, they'll be put back in a cart for the Reapers to take. So I guess there could be a chance that you could be rescued by your teammates if they come. But then it'll be very risky, obviously, going to go down into the Reaper tunnels to try and save you. But then also, if you can't, then you're going to have spent quite a while as captured, and then to die anyway. So,
but it's gonna be really hard to capture, a ground like a player, because not alone do you have to take him down without killing him, then you have to get him back to Mount Weather before he wakes up again, or like if he gets unconscious. So it's not like something that you just hit somebody over the top of the head, or if you shoot them in the head, they're gonna die, and you can't use a dead person for blood transfusion.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be a really hard thing to do. But yeah, it's a really good question how that's gonna work exactly, and it's something we're gonna have to test and balance, because nobody want to sit upside down for 2 hours while they wait to get thrown down to the Reapers again.
Yeah.
Unless they do want to sit there for 2 hours. Maybe somebody has a blood draining fetish or something. Who knows?
Sleep gas, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that could work. As we see in the end of like the last episode of season 1.
Yeah, there's also the sort of the sleep poison or like whatever they use on the Luna's rig as well.
Oh, yeah,
so there will be ways of making people unconscious.
You can of course also just get really close to someone and then all of a sudden just hit him over the head with a with a club or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's actually a really good credit. Like, actually, what happens if the Grounders make a alliance with Mount Weather? How are they gonna do that? then all of a sudden they have to kidnap Sky Crew people.
Yeah.
Or Skitter people or something like that.
I think the interactions between the sort of factions is going to be very difficult to predict as to what's going to go on and what can happen when we start and we release Mount Mother.
Yeah. Oh no,
I think
Ark flashbacks.
I've got a lot of my friends to watch the show, and they always tend to say about the Ark flashbacks and how the sort of the lens flares in the scenes like way over the top.
I have a really big problem getting people past like the first season when I tell them about the show. They're like, I stopped watching after 4 episodes. Like, no, you have to continue.
I always say to watch till episode 3.
Yeah,
because the end of that's when that's when for me I was like, whoa.
I guess you can spoil things in here because everybody should have seen it already.
I mean, yeah, it's only episode 3 is when Wells dies, and
and 5
it's a very
is no, they have 3 and then 4 where we hang Murphy, and also 4 where we kill Charlotte.
Yeah, and Atom dies in that too.
A lot of people died in episode 3 and 4 then.
Yeah.
Also did like the two what are they called? The boy and the girl who like wanders into the woods and never comes back because they died to the toxic fog.
The acid fog. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Can't remember the names though.
Oh, there's so many names. I'm actually surprised. If you look it up, every single one of the 100 has a name. Like, wow. At least most of them has a name. I'm currently on season 5, episode 6. Oh, so let's not spoil season 5, episode 7 and forward. I can't spoil because we already did that. Everything dies. The whole fucking planet goes.
Yeah, I don't think spoilers from episode 1, like, or episode 3. I think we can probably safely say those. If people are coming to watch a sort of live stream about talking about a game made about the show, they're probably going to have seen at least a bit of the show.
Hopefully. It would be really fun if somebody's following the game. Like, we had one on Discord not a long time ago who's been there for like a month, and suddenly somebody talks about the show, and it's like, oh, what is the show you're talking about? It's like the 100. Oh, I never watched it before. I'm like, how did you get in here? How did you get on this Discord and following this game if you have never seen the show?
Yeah, that's true. I don't understand that.
I wonder how many there is actually, because I think there must be at least one that's on Discord. There's no idea why we keep referencing the 100. I think he's still on Discord. I can't remember his name.
I do remember someone mentioning it. I think he might have said he was going to go and watch the show though. So who knows? He probably
forgot after episode 3. After episode 2.
Yeah.
Not worth it. See ya. What about the hole in the back of the dropship?
We discussed this the other day, didn't we?
Yeah, and we actually discussed with Joshua. So I don't think it should be there because it's it's something that happens in the show. But is indeed a way not to get trapped upstairs. I don't really see how you would get trapped upstairs because the lock is upstairs. Oh, is there a lock? There is a lock downstairs. Yeah, that's actually a good question, but you can't really. It's a really far jump. I still don't get how Murphy made it. It's like 4 meters jump or something.
Yeah, true.
It's really far.
Actually, after he'd like just exploded it as well, so he's probably gonna be a bit shook up.
And like a really unrealistic explosion because you can't. Like the whole bomb will just have flown back. It wouldn't have made it there.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that the show is really scientifically accurate, but it wouldn't have worked. But like I think in the beginning it's not gonna be there, both because it's gonna take a lot of polygons to get it to look good, and because it's not really a necessary thing to have. You don't really have a reason to be upstairs unless it's acid fog outside. Yeah, I don't know.
There's also the like, other mini events like blowing up the bridge, etc., and things
Yeah,
like that.
like we have the bridge is not blown up, so because you have to be able to drive over it. But I'm totally up for people being able to blow the bridge up if you actually build a huge bomb out of rocket fuel. Sure, you can blow the bridge up. I would have to program it so you like make all the assets so that you could blow it up before you do it. But if you figure out somebody wants to do it, it could be a fun thing to add.
Yeah, true.
Hello.
He's back.
We're still running?
We are still running 2 hours and 30
Holy
minutes
smokes.
in. We did lose half the viewers where I go gone, but that's fine.
Yeah, I know, but
With them-
people have been coming in and out.
Yeah, but it probably was because we're done with questions. There's not really any questions left. We talked about what I can't even remember what we talked about when you were gone.
I think he's made the 10 already.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out and then show it on stream if I can find it.
It's pretty speedy work.
Yeah, like it's really fast. Oh, he said Discord before I even.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like, what do you want me to do? And then he just fucking does it. Or it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but that's,
We'll do a stream
down.
specifically for him in the future. Just like give him
Yeah.
recommendations.
We have to do the Joshua stream and like where he just like look at the world record when he makes like 25 models in 30 seconds or something.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can make stuff really fast, but can you make stuff that looks so like that works good and looks good in game as well, really fast. So everything you can make is, for example, the dam took me 5 minutes to make, but does it look good? No, absolutely not. And there's no tunnels in it yet, so there's a lot of extra work that has to be done to make everything
True.
function properly.
Tunnels will probably be hard to get to look good as well, maybe in terms of sort of lighting and things like that.
Yeah, you can, for example, see here if you open this one, that even though it's a tent, all this smoothing is not gonna work in game. It's gonna look like this one in the back.
Okay, I can see it now. Are these like the gas tents or the living tents?
Good question.
We've turned it around to a Q&A for Joshua.
We're asking the questions now. Joshua answers. I think we have some tents in game. That's just like small. Oh, I can't find anything in this map. 144 square kilometers. Yeah, so we have these ones. So you could easily hide in here and be like, but they're not closed, so you have to close them off. But you could have something as simple as just having like a sheet of plastic or something that you just hide under, or like wrap yourself into plastic and then lay on the ground.
Yeah.
Rather than something more. But we're still gonna need stuff like living areas. So you've seen season 1 episode something. Jasper get this big tent that he lives in.
Yeah.
And nearly ends up with Harbor instead of Monty being with Harbor. Rest in peace. Yeah, so that's kind of like just cosmetic stuff. Do you want to keep the dam? No, I don't want to keep the dam. Or we can keep it, but we have to make it so it's actually functional. There has to be a lot of stuff inside the dam. So all the turbines and stuff are in there. I can just show you how easy the dam is made. It's like ridiculously simple.
I think I remember you posting a GIF in Discord and it just shows like the replication.
Yeah, I did the same with the Ark. I'm not a master of 3D modeling. Oh, this is not the correct one.
Provinky Dink wants to know if there's going to be an armor system. We did talk about that a bit earlier, but there's definitely...
If you have body armor, then yes, you will have armor. If you don't have body armor, then you will not have armor and not be as protected as the one with body armor. But having body armor, of course, will probably decrease your running speed and make yourself a little bit more clunky
Can we make a
and make your stamina run out faster. But yeah, armor system, sure, it'll be there.
There we go. So now we can make like
circular dam. I like it.
we can build a town in here, and then we have water all around.
Yeah, no, it's like a prison inside, and
Yeah.
if everyone misbehaves, you just fill it with water.
So a lot of this stuff was just made for the trailer to make like you can see it.
Yeah.
I just made one piece and then I just duplicated it. I don't know how many times, but a lot of times. I think we have to. Whoa. The same thing with the arc. Oh, not there. This one. Oh, not that one. Oh, this is also. This is some people are asking me the trailer like, why did we go closer to the arc? Because yeah, this is why. It looks really, really bad. Is there materials on it? There's materials on it. What else do we have? We have this thing. What is that a comment to? Is there something I said? Oh, it had the prison inside inside the dam. Where is I'm so good at naming stuff. This is just all over the place. Dropship, guard tower. It's not even here. Arkadia. Oh, we have armor stuff in here. Oh. Let's not look at that. I don't know what happened to it. Where is it? There it is. There is a delay, but it's fine. Now I'm confused.
You might be talking about the sort of stream what you're saying, and
is the stream really delayed?
Maybe.
So my voice is delayed, or like I'm just really bad at
it's
answering
hard
questions.
For me. It's hard for me to say because I'm listening to you in Discord. So I'm assuming
there is a short delay, but not a huge one.
Oh, that's really odd.
But like we said before, it's like a couple seconds only. Like it's pretty good.
Oh, it's like I thought you meant there's a couple seconds delay between you see me speak and me actually speaking on stream.
No. Like
I
don't think so.
We can check. I can just make a countdown and see how much beside it is. So countdown, 27 minutes, and so we are 4 seconds behind.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, the same thing I talked about before. So we have Arkadia here. Oh, the ring. I guess it. No, it is Alpha Station. The stream fine is just the comments. Yeah. So also, yeah, the comments that shows up in stream. All right. Well.
I'm probably going to have to head off in a sec because I've still got some more work to do.
Do we have any more questions we want answered? We have been on for nearly 3 hours now. So if anybody has any last minute questions, or if you want us to do this more often or something.
And down the road as well, when we have more content to talk about and more progress to talk about, we'll definitely do another one, because I feel like it's a very giving thing, because we see kind of what you guys want and what you guys are interested in, and we can take that into account. So later down the road, definitely we'll do more of these.
We talked about
if you guys want them.
We talked about doing this for like quite a while.
Yeah, I think it was a good time to do it, actually. It was
because we totally planned this
not too
yesterday.
not too early in the development and not too late either.
Yeah, we've answered quite a decent amount of questions, to be fair, as well.
Yeah, and a lot of questions I didn't actually see coming here.
A few good ideas from people as well, so it's been very productive.
Yeah.
So. I've been here
Yes.
for 2
Yes.
hours.
Yeah, Joshua, it's great. Not only have you been here, you've been modeling as well.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think we planned for like an hour of stream, and now we're nearly 3 hours. So that's.
Yeah.
We just got a follower last minute. Thank you, Probinky Dink. That's probably not how it's pronounced, but it's how it goes.
Can someone follow so I see the sound?
You don't hear the sound, but you see it.
I can follow if I log in.
He says, "I don't hate you anymore."
Okay.
You can see the other ones if you want. You pronounce it right. So there's the host one. Oh, it's really loud. Sorry to headphone users.
It's good though.
There's also a donation if that ever
Tell me,
happens.
what level of crazy is too much for you?
I've logged in now, so I can. Do you want me to follow so you can hear the follow noise?
You can follow. Why are you not followed? What is this?
I don't use Twitch that often.
Right. And people like on Twitter like, why don't you follow me?
I may not hate you anymore.
There we go. There I am.
Well,
Oh, perfect.
So no last minute questions. I think we're just gonna end it here then, guys. Unless you got something
Time
you
to
want to say.
wrap it up then.
Wrap it up. Cut to check.
Well, it was great to have you guys here. And I know it's not so many people left now, but amazing. Next time we'll aim for making it even more productive. And yeah, I hope to see you guys brainstorming in Discord and doing all kinds of good stuff. So thank you once again, and see you.
And maybe meet again.
Yeah. I was going to say that. You still
there it was. There it is. Corny ass Stefano.